Welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra, and today we are going to make over a decor piece for my niece's wedding. So let's get started. So I have this, she brought me this barn, and it's a large barn, and she wanted it to look like the barn where she's getting married. So it's kind of a white, she told me it was white. It's white with stained doors. So I started out painting it white, and I just put one really good coat. No, I think I did 2 coats on parts of it. So maybe I did 2 coats on all of it. I really don't remember, but it covered really well. I was thinking this dark red was going to be hard to cover, but it covered really well, and I'm pretty sure I probably did 2 coats on parts of it that needed it. You know how you do that, like you just kind of go over the parts that need the second coat. And I was just really careful on the edges. I didn't tape anything off. If you don't feel like you have a steady hand when you do this, just do some painter's tape or masking tape and tape off the edges. I didn't want to take the time to do that, so I just was really careful. And I'm doing this outside because it's such a large piece, it would not fit on my craft table and me be able to get the camera at a good angle. And this is not really the best angle. My head keeps getting in the way because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. So I apologize for that too, but it was really easy. The paint slid on really well. So my niece is getting married in this barn. I'm super excited. She's a super sweet girl, and she likes to craft too, but she didn't want to have to paint, and so she does a lot of stuff with her Cricut. So I'm taking this to the wedding when I go, and I didn't show you, but I painted the little background of the door, the little triangles, because I had to kind of get my head up in it to do that, and it wasn't pretty. Now I custom mixed a color. I used some mineral and this fawn and to create, I got that on clearance at Walmart, to create my own color because I couldn't find a color. Then it wasn't light enough, so I kept adding white. And I did the first coat, and I felt like it was kind of a little bit dark, and it did not need a second coat, but I thought it was too dark. And so I went back and added some white to it, and then just did a real light coat of the white on top of it. So you'll see in the finished product that the trim is lighter than it is here. So yeah, it turned out really good. I'm really proud of it, and I sent her a picture. I wanted to surprise her, but I know on her wedding day that she is going to be too busy to be excited about this silly barn. So I sent her a picture, and she absolutely loved it. She said it's exactly what she wanted. So, you know, that always makes us happy as crafters when someone loves what we do. Look at my hair. You can see the wind's blowing. It's like blowing my hair like a flag. Anyway, I don't know why I'm showing you so much footage of me painting, because everybody knows how to paint. You dip the paintbrush in the paint and you put it on your project. But yeah. And it dried really fast out here in the wind too, because, you know, the wind's blowing like crazy. I'm surprised it wasn't blowing on well, I had to put that paint on that paper towel over there because it was blowing my paper towels around. So you see the trim is lighter here. Oh, and you can see my snack. And so, yeah, the trim, I did the trim a coat lighter, and it matches up better to her picture. So now I'm taking the Antique Wax by Waverly, and I'm just painting it on and trying to get some brush strokes in there to make it look like wood. So kind of as it dries, I keep going back over it and back over it and back over it to get those brush strokes in there. And this actually had a little bit of a texture to it. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it had a little bit of a texture to it already. The wood did. It had a little texture to it. This barn came from Hobby Lobby originally. I don't know how long she's had it, but I do know that it originally came from Hobby Lobby, and she's had it hanging in her house. And so she just wanted it painted to match their wedding. And also, yes, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps my channel, and I need all the help I can get, because, you know, I've just started this channel, so I'm really trying to get it going. So thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You know, it helps me, helps YouTube's algorithm help my video get out there so people can see it. More people can see it. So I'm just painting it, and you can see how it really kind of looks like the wood grain as it dries. And I just kept brushing and brushing. And I didn't show all that on camera because it's boring, but I just kept brushing and brushing and brushing after it as it dried to kind of create more of that brush strokes. I tried to kind of wipe some of it off, but I don't know if it was the slick texture that this already had, the finish it already had on it. It wiped most of it off, so it didn't really absorb any of it. So I just did that, and then I painted all the edges around those edges with a smaller brush, and on the inside of those triangles, I don't know what to call those triangle shapes. They're triangles. On the inside, I painted those on the doors too. And here is the finished product. Then I made a decal with my Cricut and put her name on it and their wedding year. Then I thought, well, I might need to make another little decor piece. So I had this vase in my stash. You know, we have all, I don't know about you, but I have a ton of random vases. So I cleaned it out inside and out. Tried to get all that glitter out, but it wasn't coming out. And so I just cleaned it with some alcohol that I got from Dollar Tree. And then I just put some tape around the inside lip so that I didn't get paint everywhere. And then I used my X-Acto knife to cut off the excess because it's hard to put, you know, tape off a round surface. So then I just took that little excess off. That worked like a charm. Couldn't live without my X-Acto knife. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you use an X-Acto knife. So, painted white chalk paint. I did 2 coats of the white chalk paint on here, and I let it completely dry overnight. And I tried to use this chippy brush so that it would create kind of a wood grain look. I'm not sure we achieved that, but I do love the way it turned out. So 2 coats, did this, let it dry good. I might have used my heat tool to dry it a little bit, I can't remember. And then I take the antique wax after 2 good coats, and I use a little chippy brush. I get mine at Lowe's or Home Depot. They're really cheap there, and I'll buy, you know, several at a time, and they last pretty good time. So I'll buy them there. They're just as cheap as anywhere else. And so I just give this a coat, and same thing. I just keep rubbing this in because it's not absorbing into that paint very much. So I just keep painting over it and over it and over it till it kind of dries. And as it starts drying, you can kind of create that textural look I'm going for. And I'm going to apologize for my ragged nails too. Had to soak them off because the last person that did them, you know, I try to tell them I have troublesome nails, and if you want to do this, if you want them to last, you have to do this, because I used to do nails, and no, they don't listen to me, and then they come off. So here I am with no nails. Feel naked trying to craft with no nails. I can't pick anything up. But anyway, that's all a side note. First world problems, right? So now I'm going to take the tape off, and the inside's nice and white because it was clear and the white showing through. And voila! I think this piece turned out beautiful.